So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So in this video I'm going to be showcasing a level 12 ship. To give some context, the only reason I upgraded the ship right now, this was like just when the update dropped, is because I thought that we could get the ship modification as well. I was a bit hasty, I didn't look up all the details, so it was a massive bummer. And basically I picked a ship without a special just to see that if we modified it, do we get a special? So the ship I settled for was the Grudge Dolph because it gets a great buff when you go to level 12. It adds Cerebral to the classes boosted. You heal more HP, you get higher attack, 1.75 times attack, which is extra valuable since you get that attack with 1 orbs. And there's a lot of slashers, strikers and cerebrals that give 1 orbs. So just a great ship in general. Other good options too. I mostly wanted to use a ship that gets a good special, but I decided to pick a ship for science, and then I couldn't use any science because we have to wait for the next update 13.1. But yeah, let's get ship upgrade underway here. It's actually really expensive to upgrade ships, cost 15,000 cola and 20 super cola. I definitely feel like at the current state of the game, this is overtuned. People won't get that cola naturally, and you can't farm cola right now. But we have the constant caveat that we don't know how Pirate King Adventures will work. Maybe they throw cola at us so much that we don't believe it. So I'd save any complaints about basically anything until we know more about Pirate King Adventures. But as you see there, buff to the attack, they add Cerebral. No idea why they don't highlight Cerebral as a change, but sure, and we heal more HP. But yeah, let's try out the ship against some Grand Voyages. We're going to start with level 5 Mihawk. And I'm using a team I've already used. It's the most popular team I made against Grand Voyage Mihawk. It's one of the most accessible overall. Very chill team, no stall, doesn't really need that incredible high investment either. So I can recommend it. I made some changes to this version since first I'm using a new chip. Secondly, I just have more level limit break in general, like Railing is max for example. So I had to change last position, stuff like that. And I also tried to get full advantage of the ship, because with the ship you want matching orbs, rainbow orbs, 1 orbs, something like that to get the highest attack boost. But on the final stage here we can't get matching orbs, that's how this content works. So I settled for 1 orb on Roger Whitebeard with the V1 Odin support, and instead I run the Nami support for color affinity on another unit. So a little bit less color affinity, but overall should be higher damage. Not just cause better ship, but also because we have the level limit break Ray League that will give orb boost buff to last special final stage. But yeah, we use Sorrow stage 3, carry over his buffs to stage 4, and then on stage 5 Roddy Whitebeard take over the attack and color affinity buffing. Basically the plan. We want to be half HP here in order to get the self-proc delay conditional from Shanks and Mihawk. You want to avoid hitting perfects with V1 Ray League until this stage, because otherwise you heal too much HP. And you have to be below 50% HP for this strat to work. So it's actually nice for this particular team that Grudge Dolph doesn't give too much HP, because too much HP means you have a hard time getting below 50% and stuff like that. And for this stage, Grudge Dolph adds a lot of damage, which is pretty neat, especially since we want to hit mostly greats because we take too much burn damage. And at least with this team, there's no issue just hitting 1 single perfect. This HP range is not optimal since we don't get any extra buffs from Law, but it's just made up by stronger buffs in general, at least with my investments. The OG team I made is still very much viable, so feel free to check it out. If I remember, I'll try and link it down below. We'll see. But yeah, at least one orb. Some color affinity that Roger will buff with his special. And yellow first to get an orb boost, and then Ray League buffs it even further. And white debate to remove the remaining debuffs. And Roger Whitebeard to give a very high attack and color affinity. Or well, it's not that high color affinity, it's 1.8 times, but it works. And as you see, Roger Whitebeard themselves do a ton of damage with this team. And yeah, didn't even need to do all hits. The power of level 12 Grudge Dolph. And yeah, one final team I wanted to try out the cerebral aspect as well. And I also wanted to keep the Grand Voyage team, so local team monster was an easy one. And I wanted to try one of those 5-unit teams that exist, like you just need 5 particular units. The 6th unit doesn't matter. So I decided to pick a full random unit. I picked this old T-Bone that I've kept because pretty unique special, self HP cut, pretty rare. Absolutely no other reason. It's a T-Bone, it's completely random, very irrelevant character in One Piece, of course. But I have always liked him since his first appearance. One of those very, what can you say, cult favorites. Anyway, T-Bone's low stats and orb RNG here actually made it so I couldn't kill this stage in one turn. But it was actually perfectly fine. We just had to kill the next stage in one turn, which is not too hard the way we do the swaps. Basically just swap everything every single stage. And by doing that, we end up having everything Psi, stage 3, and most of the time that will kill everything. But yeah, the cool thing with this is that these 5 units like Rayleigh Gaban Frank Captain, fully maxed Shanks Crew Cat Dog, V2 Rayleigh and Free-to-Play Perona, those 5 together handle everything except one thing, which is the ship bind. But as you'll see, we do so much damage anyway, so the ship bind doesn't really matter. So you can afford to put one random unit. But yeah, I think actually T-Bone Special is cool in a vacuum, like you do a big self HP cut, do some of the damage you lost, and then you also get that big damage reduction so you don't die. Which is pretty dope here since we'll be very low HP, we're facing a big death hit, and yeah, we'll easily live it with the damage reduction. So yeah, moving on to final stage. Don't really recommend this team, by the way, or well, I figure most people should be able to beat this by now. Like, there are teams where you don't really need level limit broken Shanks Crew Cat Dog. To own them at least, you just need one as Frank Captain, and you can keep the other as Frank own cap or sub or whatever, so don't really recommend this, but yeah. It's just a free content nowadays for most seasoned players. Could have probably optimized the special order and such, but I figured it doesn't matter. It's basically free. But yeah, not optimal to swap Rayleigh Gaban after Shanks Crew here, mainly because they don't get a matching orb, which means less damage from Grudge Dolph, but it's a minor thing. Again, Odin support to get a 1 orb for even more damage. But it just feels weird to have like a casual level 12 ship, 1.75 times attack, nothing special now. Everything's up to like 1.75, 1.8 and above, like it's nothing special. It's just a new meta. And we not even unlocked modifications yet, which is probably just as exciting. We just don't know all the details yet until the update drops. But yeah, classic Kuma support plus Opera support to get rid of the spear. And despite the ship bind, we kill well before the last hit, so no problems here. But yeah, that's me trying out Grudge Dolph. don't think I'll do another showcase until we get the modifications, but I wanted to do something since I made it level 12. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.